everyone should feel free to make any changes to their characters' level 4 decisions as you figure out what it is you're going to do. Because I want you guys to know you're leveling up so that you can kind of be thinking, thinking about what you're going to do, if you're going to, I don't know, have a new attack or something.
Do you want us to metagame this
whatever Murphy gets. You do whatever your operative thing is. Maybe you choose that, but you can decide all of your skill ranks after you talk a little bit more about what it is you're doing. Oh yeah, I mean most of you have, and if you would like to choose entirely blindly and then find out what it is you're going to do, you can totally do that. But I am giving you the option.
Patrick and I have discussed this already, but can you guess how many skill ranks that I get per level?
What's your intelligence?
I get three skill ranks per level.
I get 3 as well.
Do you get 3 as well? But I'm like
I get 4 for my class, -1 from intelligence.
Yeah. So I guess I also get 4 -1 for intelligence.
Yep.
You have 12, right, or something like that? So 10.
Plus, operatives get a bonus to all skill checks. There's a reason people think operatives are overpowered. It's because they are number 2 at everything. Okay, they're number 3 at damage, and number 2 at everything else.
So I have to figure
unlock
out
skills so I can finally use them.
What skill
All
ranks
those,
I want.
Skills.
Sure.
All right.
Hi-ho, Silver! Away! That's right, it's our 25th anniversary! It's episode 25 of Really Playing Games Starfinder against the Aeon Throne! I'm Graham, and I play Murphy, the Patra operative.
I'm Brian, and I play Shardik, the Technomancer Uplifted Bear.
I'm Garrett, I play Zyson, the Kasatha Solarian.
I'm Ross. I play Yulia, the Vlaka Witch Warper.
Got it.
And I'm Patrick. I am the Game Master.
Woo!
Also Ross is absent.
Yes, poor mousy boy.
So, last time,
But he's our most valuable character, though.
you got eaten by a mucilaginous cloud is mostly what happened.
Yeah.
So you ambushed the civilians on this civilian cargo ship that you had lured.
They attacked us first.
They did not. You murdered most of them, captured the captain.
They attacked me first.
They thought about attacking us first?
They were aware that they might have been attacked, so they were, luckily for their poor innocent selves, carrying weapons. And then you commandeered their ship. You found an area in the ship that was suspiciously locked. You opened the door. Murphy was eaten by a mucilaginous cloud.
It was great. 10 out of 10 I recommend.
Which was not pleasant. He very almost died.
Mm-hmm.
You then explored under that area of the ship. You located the ship's transponder beacon, found a data pad that contained some information on Azlanti ship parts, and you headed back to Outpost Z, where you were met by your friends, whose names I can never remember. Why can I never remember their names?
The spider folk?
Yeah, I mean, he's not a spider. He's a
Crystalline...
no,
No, not them. The the guy we first met.
Talmarin.
Talmarin and
The Weasel Woman.
Hasashir. So Talmarin and Hasashir specifically invited you to dock at his private spaceport, which I
Spicy.
did not look up because it's in a different book. But he asks you to please dock there, and he will upgrade your ship for you.
Very nice. I think a fitting reward for us saving your life.
So you had promised to deliver the cargo on the relic to Talmarin. You looked through the cargo, and it is mostly food and volatile chemicals, somewhat valuable volatile chemicals. So she assumes that you are going to give her the cargo as you promised, and in exchange, she will repair, modify your ship to not be obviously packed worlds. So what would you like to do? What would you like to so do you want to talk to her? Do you want to talk to Hasashir?
Is there anybody, including them, who know about, who've ever been to this prison planet, who might know the layouts? I mean, time to do a little reconnaissance, maybe.
I want to know that too. Do we have Death Star plans or something?
Make me a diplomacy check to gather information.
Sure, I guess we can all be working on this.
Diplomacy?
Ooh, not me.
Sounds like a job for somebody else.
Can tell who our captain is.
Nice.
Once in a while, we can tell who she is.
Okay, with a 20, let's see. So it's going to take you 2 hours. So you spend a couple of hours canvassing the station, looking for information.
Not suspicious at all.
About Gulta. Luckily, it doesn't particularly matter how suspicious you are, because everybody here is suspicious. With the possible exception of Half Red, everyone here is a little shady.
What about my boy, the Zarb? Zarb's up front.
I mean,
yeah,
he seems shady. He has a shady exterior.
Nobody talks to the Zarb because the Zarb scares everybody off.
Hey.
And sells things for exorbitant prices unless you yell at him back, which most people are not willing to do. They're afraid of being eaten.
Guy, it's just misunderstood.
So let's see.
Well, he can lower his prices.
I think his Zarb might actually be like the highest CR thing in this book, like outside of the boss.
Wow.
The Zarb is legit.
We should recruit him.
If you try and do that, it is not particularly interested in coming to help you. Yeah. Zarb is definitely CR5.
Wow.
So you ask around, and you get some... So most of the sort of random people in the station are willing to tell you some kind of basics. They've heard of it. Oh, my sister's cousin's best friend's father is in there. It's not a place you want to go. But if you ask Glest, you get nothing comprehensible. You ask Half Red, and she tells you that it is a moon that is owned by the Azlanti noble, Sardat Zolan Uli Vestra, who controls the prison on the moon of Gulta that is guarded by the... Sorry, no, this is not Half Red. This is the Glimshar pirates. Let's see. It's guarded by the guards who serve the Azlanti noble, Sardat Zolan Ulivestra. All Azlanti prisons are protected by a vanguard parapet because it is a starship specifically for guarding things such as prisons. The vanguard parapet has less shields on its forward side, but it has a heavy laser cannon on its forward side, and also a high explosive missile launcher on its forward side, and a light particle beam that is a turret, so it can also hit targets on its forward side. So it wishes enemy ships to target its forward side. It is not a very fast ship because it is for guarding prisons, which requires it to stay near the prison. They say rather energetically. Half Red tells you. So she creates a transparent cylindrical tube around herself, then turns a sickly green color and feigns death. She then flashes black and white stripes across her skin and rubs two of her tendrils together to create a high-pitched sound. Make a wisdom check.
Alrighty then.
And specifically, Yulia needs to make a wisdom check. She is the one who talking
so
to.
Convincing.
She is the one who is talking to the people who give her information. So a 10. You're not sure about the first bit. Make a culture or engineering check. Okay.
Oh.
You are unsure what she means.
Sure anything means.
Does it pertain to the criminal underworld?
Yes. Even reducing the DC by 5 does not get you to do it with an at 1. Sorry.
Bummer.
Oh, actually, how's your? Well, it doesn't matter. Your intelligence is a -1, so that would be a 0 if you made it an intelligence check. Let's see if anybody else knows anything. So the Zarb is not willing to tell you anything because it doesn't respect you.
What?
What a jerk. Yeah, but like it's
it doesn't
just
suspect Yulia. It doesn't respect Yulia.
Meow.
The Zarb. So those are the things that you get. Yulia, if you describe Half Red's attempt at communication with your uncultured ass, somebody else can make those checks. One person can make each. So the first one would be a... that was supposed to be an intelligence check the whole time. The first one would be an intelligence check, and the second would be... No, that's the wrong one. Sorry. First one would be a wisdom check. Second would be culture or engineering.
I can make the engineering check.
Okay.
Go for it.
Do it.
Does anybody in this group have wisdom?
No.
I have a little. Kasatha have.
We're not very wise. Graham Murphy is certainly not very wise.
Hey.
Oh man, I must have been drinking while I was trying to gather information.
Your wisdom is taking a penalty.
Do you
Just going straight to the bar. Surely.
What does your theme give you a bonus to? It reduces the DC to what?
Asking me?
No, I'm asking Sison. Let me look.
Let me look up Tempered Pilgrim real quick. Oh, sorry.
Knowledge about a culture's customs and related topics. You should put a point into culture because that's
I have
-5 DC to most culture check.
I have good culture.
You have good culture. Okay.
Culture.
Good culture.
This is not really that, unfortunately. Shardik, though, you intuit that the high-pitched sound she made probably refers to some kind of debilitating sonic device that can be used to pacify escapees or unauthorized visitors.
So basically, she's just describing like torture or security measures.
Or a specific device that can do that thing.
I mean, one of them looked like she was dying. I don't know. So it doesn't sound like good things.
She turned green and looked like she was dying, right?
Yes.
And then turned black and white striped, right?
Yeah, you remembered so well my story that I told you.
The role-playing. Yeah, the black and white stripes, if I had to guess, that may be a prison thing, you know? The bars or kind of the... When you think of a prison uniform, usually black and white stripes.
Are they? Is that how they are in Azlanti?
Yeah.
Sure.
Customs?
When... I had an idea, because this information's all well and good about, you know, what they could do to us, but... You know, we have to formulate our attack plan of how we're going to enter, right? So I think at one point we discussed having each of us a disguise, which works for the majority of us, but for our good bearmen here, not so much. I had a thought, and Patrick, let me know, how much would we know about... like human culture from Golarion, like Lost Golarion. How much do we know of human history?
What are you hoping
Mostly, like, life forms from Golarion.
That we can make him look like?
Well, specifically, if Murphy has heard of normal bears... like regular ass bears. This would be like a common creature that came with the humans and Golarion, maybe some bear companions.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the Gap is that there are records from before the Gap.
Mm-hmm.
So
we know about bears.
There are you know about bears. You know. I mean, and there are normal bears. They exist, like in zoos, on planets.
And people keep telling Shardik he looks like a bear, and he's like, I don't know what a bear is.
No. That's the thing. He is a bear.
Oh, right? He is a bear. Okay.
Like, he is... So...
You're a bear.
Uplifted bears were experimented on, essentially, by some unknown person or group of persons and given sentience through presumably technological.
It's like movie version of Rocket,
is
right?
a bear in every way, except he kind of has, you know, they have kind of more tactile hands, you know, more grippy hands, and they can almost talk a little bit, and they're smart like people. They think like people.
Smart like peoples.
But yeah, there are other non-uplifted bears that maybe Shardik has seen.
Right.
Like,
or can he pretend to be a bear?
Here's what I'm getting at. Okay? Thinking humans in previous generations and eons probably, you know, there's tales of these strange humans that they call themselves rangers who would have animal companions near them, and kind of, you know, I assume some of the rangers were probably human and some of them probably had bear companions. So, you know, if maybe Shardik just you know, gets stripped to his skivvies and pretends to be a normal bear.
If only we had a human to make this work.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The rest of us will be disguised as humanity and humans, so we say, this is our bear companion.
Right. I'll just crouch down and I guess we'll shave you.
No. It's one point, I know one of the merchants has the spell gems that have disguise self with them. So there was like an opportunity for us to disguise ourselves with their...
Well, there was something that was restricted to only people who could cast disguise self.
Is that what that one was?
What was that?
Yeah. There was that one.
It's spell...
Disguise like kits or something?
One is a potion and one is a scroll. Right.
Serum of appearance change.
Yeah, which could make Shardik look like a polar bear.
Right. But then there's the
Is
soil
it-
Bear
guy
cavalry.
himself. Yeah, I mean, the thing was, we have some Azlanti suits, but I don't know that we have as many with the full Aeon Guard helmet. Because those we could use to fully disguise someone without any magic and whatnot.
So
I don't think the helmet will fit on my head.
I am under the impression, and unfortunately Ross is the person who keeps most of this. I am under the impression that you sold everything.
Maybe.
To the Zorb
Yeah,
or something? I think we did.
I think you sold everything to the merchant as soon as you got here.
Right.
I do not think you have any of them.
Okay, we sold.
I think you're right.
You have
I have an Aeon. I still have an Aeon Guard assault rifle.
You have her gun, right, Yulia?
I have the semi-automatic tactical pistol and Aeon Guard assault rifle. With those
you
two
have
things.
Lieutenant Sharu's gun. That is the only one. The only thing that I know you. That is an Azlanti weapon or piece of armor. And probably Shardik still has the open-faced helmet that he took at the beginning.
Still have that sword.
I'm assuming he still has that one.
That's the only one I get. We do have the special sword that.
I got that weird armor I picked up off of that undead Azlanti dude.
So you still have that?
I think.
You probably do. Yeah, the Asloborg.
So another thing
Yes.
The
is
Asloborg had armor and a gun. As well.
I still have one Imperial pacification rifle. I never sold it.
Okay.
And I have the freebooter armor that I took from the last people we killed, but that's not early Azlanti armor.
Yeah, they were civilians.
Yeah, there's still a civilian that is handcuffed in the ship.
So what do you Yeah, so okay. So you're discussing a little bit as you come in and dock. So let's do this. You dock at Hasashir's sort of private port that he has for unknown reasons, his space dock. So what do you do after that? You have a prisoner. You have stuff, presumably, that you want to deliver. You have changes that need to be made to your ship.
Well, we want to, make good on our side of the deal, right? So we want to deliver the cargo to
Talmrin.
Talmrin, thank you.
Okay.
Just not good with names.
Yeah, so you send her a message, and she responds to meet her in the same... no, actually, she will meet you in Hasashir's space dock. So Hasashir's space dock is one of several single Starship space docks that ring the remote outpost. It's a converted maintenance workshop that was used to fix mining equipment when the Azlanti owned the station. Hasashir tells you that he bought the space dock a few years ago when he relocated to Outpost Z. He's installed several rejuvenation pods, turned his waiting room into a kind of hotel and spa. He tells you that you are perfectly welcome to make use of it. There is a small kitchen, a private relaxation suite, a control center, several rejuvenation pods, a repair bay, and a repair bay for fixing systems that can be wholly removed for starships. And it also has the capability to allow him to work on starships. So you bring both of these starships into dock? Is that what you're doing?
If we can.
Okay, you can certainly do that. So Talmrin hires some just people to go into the relic and to remove most of the cargo. So she meets you at the space dock. And she says, well, I can see that thou hast made it back. Congratulations. Were you as successful as it doth appear?
Yeah, we intended to get the ship, and here it is with all of its cargo. We just have to figure out what our next steps are from here.
Yay, verily.
We also have to figure out what to do with the Azlanti civilian, who is not dead.
She says, a prisoner.
Aye.
How good are you at babysitting?
I can perhaps call in a few favors to keep this prisoner occupied for some period of time.
We just need him to be babysat until we complete our mission, and then he can do whatever he wants. I assume they will probably know who we are by the time we are. I have a feeling they will know who we are by the time we are trying to leave this place. So I don't think it'll be too bad if we just let him go after we come back. Right?
Probably should be fine. He seems like to be an innocent civilian. Probably not a lot of military experience. We kind of trounced
he might
thoroughly
report on us, but I feel like if it's already done, it can't be too damaging.
She nods and says, I shall take care of him.
Take care of him?
I'm not going to ask any questions.
Ensure that he is taken care of.
Maybe this doesn't translate via cultures, but usually when we're winking, we're referring to something else, like you're gonna kill him.
She blinks. Kill?
Oh
no.
Take
sorry. Care of.
Oh yeah, of course, the literal meaning. That's fine.
The verb to take care of.
She at this point she switches to Azlanti. Because apparently miscommunications are happening, and the GM wants to stop trying to talk like a bad fantasy book.
So, to me.
So she says, "Well, what is your plan now? Do you know how you're going to get into the prison?"
That's a question.
It's a good
question.
So
I can. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're the captain. You probably have a better idea than I do.
I was just gonna say, I can take this guy self. I don't know what y'all can do.
Well, I was about to get back to this. This half-red guy, he has... was Half-Red the one that's not going to sell to us anymore? He got kind of freaked out.
No, Half-Red is the squid. The nice squid.
I'm looking at the other one. Okay. Half-Red has these spell gems, right? So Shardik, I think, can actually use them to disguise those of us who are at least humanoid into appearing human. I think.
Can you use them on somebody else? I thought they're only like a self-use thing.
She nods and
there's the word self in this.
She nods and reaches into her jacket and pulls out 3 spell gems of disguise self and gives them to you.
Well, that's very cool.
And says, I was going to give these to you already, but take these And half red, yes, has more if you need more insurance. And then
What?
she reaches into a bag and pulls out 4 glamored fusion seals, 5th level, which she identifies for you. You don't need to roll.
Sure. Tells what they are.
And she gives those to you and says, these may help in disguising your armaments to appear as Lanty.
Yes.
Gulta is a high security prison. It is a place where, well, part of it is high security. Your friend, you said she is an android, yes?
Yup.
She nods and says, I know nothing of the prison itself or the layout inside. I can't draw you a map. But I do know that the highest security, most sensitive prisoners are kept in
The pit.
cell
The
block
desolation.
cell block J.
Would your friends happen to be there as well?
Most likely. I don't know for a fact that they are, but given the sensitive nature of what they uncovered, I suspect they are. Breaking into a prison by force is unwise.
Right.
You should go stealthily. The prison will have security, and you will need to appear as Lanty. As many of you as possible.
Right.
1 or 2 of you, plus the robot, can be servants, prisoners, members of the alien guard, whatever your ruse is to be. You'll have to cover for that, but most of you must appear to be Azlanti humans.
Wait, there's an alien guard? What is that about?
The alien guard is a section of the Aeon, well, not a section of the Aeon guard, is a section of the Azlanti military made up entirely of aliens, non-humans.
Do they trust them to do things?
They're mostly cannon fodder, but there are those who have been known to make their way up. It's one of the few ways to increase your status as a, and she gestures to herself, alien within your own civilization.
So, Shardik, what do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? A prisoner or a member of the military?
I think a prisoner would be easier to pull off.
Do you want to try the, well, I don't know. I don't think we need to try the non-uplifted bear.
What?
Sorry, alien cohort. Alien cohort.
As good a plan as it was, I feel like we're going to a prison. It makes sense we'd have a prisoner.
The least amount of bluffing we have to do, the better. The less lies we have to tell, the better.
When you are in, once you talk your way past the guards, there are things you will need to keep in mind. You have experienced the bloodline locks, yes?
The what?
Coming into here.
I hope you know what bloodline locks are. They are locks that
yeah.
are attuned. They only open for Azlanti. But you
Ooh,
would need a way around that.
I have a way to get around that, perhaps.
Oh, hacking?
You
Yeah.
will need to be persuasive. You will need to be stealthy. You should scope out rooms as soon as you can. And if you're good at it, she looks at Shardik, compromise their computer systems. Turn them against them, or
Best bear hacker in the world, in the galaxy.
at least find out what they know and what they can do.
On the spaceship, at least.
If you're in a pinch, create a small distraction. Create a big distraction, if you really must. Disable their systems. Disguise your tampering. And if you really, if at worst case, leave a scapegoat. Things that will get you caught are open combat, allowing guards to activate an alarm system, particularly not recommended, allowing guards to be found dead or unconscious, allowing noises of combat to be overheard, obvious failures of systems, like life support or cameras, being caught in restricted areas, being caught meddling with computer systems, or, remember, missing guards are also suspicious. This is not a video game.
Playing Hitman.
You are playing Hitman, except...
Yeah, we just can't drag him into a closet.
Exactly. If people disappear, you notice.
But bodies are more suspicious than missing posts. Right?
Of course.
Okay.
That's a handy spreadsheet.
Handy dandy
It definitely
notebook.
does not relate to actual mechanical things. No adventure path has ever had a subsystem.
Nope.
She gives you just a little spreadsheet of notes of things you might want to do or you do.
So I would like to take one of those glamour projector armor upgrades and put it into my second skin.
How many did we get? Did we get one for each of us?
They're not. They are fusion cells,
They're fusion
which
seals.
I believe go on weapons.
The weapon retains all of its properties.
It's not
This guy.
glamour projector.
No.
No. Weapon.
I think you... Do you have... So, the Asloborg, ironically, has a glamour projector, I believe, in it. The Asloborg. It's already
fusion
the
seals
armor, but...
It's a physical thing that you attach to the weapon.
Yeah, it is these are weapon fusions.
Oh, so they are for disguising your weapon's appearance.
They are for disguising your weapons as Azlanti weapons.
So I have an Azlanti weapon.
Mind.
Yep. So I'm not going to need one of those.
Murphy has a non-Azlanti weapon.
I very much do. But as part of my level 4 feature, I chose to get the concealed weaponry operative thing, where I can double my operative's edge bonus to sleight of hand checks to conceal a small object on your body. Additionally, you can draw a hidden weapon as quickly as a non-hidden weapon. So Murphy's plan is to show like the captain, like and just kind of like that's a quick little hiding spot to hide his weapon.
Okay. If you want to sell that item for 10%, you can certainly do that. Yeah.
So
remember, you can retrain that option if you would like until the end of this session, basically. So
Totally, it's gonna work.
it is up to you.
So we're supposed to be masquerading as civilian whatevers. Are they going to confiscate our weapons when we go into the base as non-military personnel?
I can't say. I imagine that will depend on your cover story.
So we need to come up with a cover story that allows us to have weapons, right? Also allows us. We are escorting a dangerous prisoner as well.
Just like that.
How's that? Is it good?
Thanks to intimidate.
So
he was a stowaway that we weren't expecting.
So allow me to tell you about the disguise skill. I think I even have specific details here, but the disguise skill lets you change your appearance with 1d3 times 10 minutes of work with a disguise kit. Anybody got a disguise kit?
Oh.
Of course not.
Or by casting a spell such as Disguise Self, or by using a technological device such as a hollow skin. I roll the disguise check in secret, so you don't know how good it is. It's opposed by the perception check of anyone who might realize you're not who you appear to be. If you're not drawing attention to yourself, other creatures generally don't get to attempt a perception check to pierce your disguise. If creatures are being particularly alert for suspicious activity, such as security personnel on a starship or space station, it's assumed that such observers are taking 10 on their perception checks. The effectiveness depends on how much you're changing your appearance. Without the aid of transformative magic or technology that allows you to do otherwise, you can use disguise only to appear as a creature that is your size or one size category larger or smaller. It doesn't change your actual size or reach, so mechanically it doesn't change anything. You can't disguise yourself as a specific person unless you have something that allows you to do so. You take penalties for things that are particularly difficult. So if you only modify minor details, you actually get the DC goes down. The DC goes up if you change major features, like if you were actually, I think the number's in here.
Does like a muzzle to a non-muzzle face count as a large detail?
Yes, it's more than that. So, you don't get to know what the DC is. A PC who is trained in disguise can attempt the check for other PCs. It is okay to have one person dump 4 levels worth of ranks into disguise. The DC is lowered for a PC who is both wearing Azlanti armor and wearing weapons. So if you're and not just armor weapons, but if you are wearing stuff that makes you look like you're an Azlanti, it gets easier. Let's see. You may be able to let's see. Actually, we don't. So anyone can make a culture check, and Yulia. No, I'm just going to say culture check. Anyone can make me a culture check to help with this.
Culture check.
Okay, coming up.
Okay, hey. So, Zyson, that's very sad.
The one good thing what Patrick was saying is that he rolls our disguise checks, Garrett. Neither of us have to roll our checks.
Yeah, so Murphy, well, again, like I said, you can give the person who has the best check, which I will not tell you who it is, but I think you all know who it is. You can give that person the ability, and I will roll all of them for you.
It's probably Murphy.
Nope.
Because operatives get like a +3 bonus or something to
And
everything.
I don't have it trained.
This is why you can adjust your level up options until the end of this session, he says, looking directly into the camera.
I get 3 points. I don't. A lot of wiggle room.
So if you are a human who looks particularly Azlanti, things are going to be easier. That's you. You get let's see. You get a small penalty if you are a member of a race that closely resembles humans, like an elf. That's none of you. You get a DC. You get an even bigger penalty, so a small but still bigger penalty for humanoids with notable differences, such as Lashunta.
And me then, right? I mean, I feel. Oh, I guess Lashunta are basically humanoid, aren't they?
I was going to say, one's got little
similarities to humans, such as Shirin's, Vesk, and Yosoki, which is going to be all of you but Shardik.
And Murphy
have an even bigger penalty.
Oh no, that's right.
Small and large creatures have an additional very large penalty. And people who aren't even humanoids, cough, Shardik, cough, have a DC that is approaching 50 or 60.
Okay.
Shardik cannot feasibly disguise.
A Azlanti suit is like a DC 45.
Yeah.
But Ross's character is small, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, it's going to be pretty difficult to disguise him as a human. Yulia and Murphy and Zyson, maybe. I mean, Zyson's probably going to have the least problem, and that's because he doesn't have fur. That's saying.
Yeah, he's just got 4 arms and elongated cranium, and stands taller than a typical human. But
Yeah. So you're gonna need to be good at disguise, or have some magical ways of getting around that. But keep in mind that your spells that make you look human don't last very long.
So I can either take disguise self or charm person as a replacement when I level up for a level 1 spell. Which do you think would be more useful?
I think charm person.
Charm person lasts for 1 hour per level, which is pretty good.
How long does disguise self last?
10 minutes per level. And it's a level 1 spell.
And I believe that is caster level, but I'm check.
Mm-hmm.
What does the D next to it mean?
That means you can dismiss it.
Oh, okay.
As you are talking about your plans to probably disguise yourself as something that's going to be helpful, Murphy comes up with a few rumors that he has heard that he thinks will help in disguising all of you. So mechanically, you get a -1 to your DC.
Yay.
Which is better than a -0 to your DC.
They wear their hair to the right, and their helmets have just a little tiny blue button right here.
Next, the people, the laborers that Talmarin has hired come back out of the Abbey, or not the Abbey, out of the Relic with an inventory. They hand her the inventory. She looks over it and nods, and then says, points to one of the blocks of information and says, "Leave that for them. I think it can help them. I'll take everything else."
Said you're leaving something for us? Maybe.
So the laborers, they're not carrying this stuff. They have little floating pallets that'll
Dollies.
just carry, like future dollies that will allow them to just float things out just as big as they can get it out the door.
Sure.
So it'll be out relatively quickly. She says there are 2 crates. They contain 5,000 universal polymer bases. They may be helpful. I will arrange to have the cargo bay filled with crates. They won't pass even really cursory inspection, but better than nothing.
Sure. You got 5,000 UPVs, boys.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
Okay.
We can repair, like, what, 50 or 500 hit points of stuff? We need those to repair our ship. It's important. Speaking of which, can we, when we're getting our ship upgraded, can we fix the dents from the asteroid?
Yes, you can.
Sweet.
It adds character.
Mm-hmm. So our ship is now...
And actually, I will not make you spend the UPBs for that, because it will just be part of the upgrade process.
Sweet.
Of
just hammering out while you're in there tinking around.
Upgrading and fixing. So then Talmarin heads into the Abbey to start working on the engines. And she says, if you have any other questions about being sneaky, feel free to ask.
Sweet.
We'll be here.
Okay, so we can't disguise the bear, and we'll have a difficult time disguising the rat. Is your Yosoki mouse thing? The Yosoki.
I appreciate Yosoki. That would be better for me. I kind of get offended sometimes with the rat, and I know I don't really say it, but that's offensive.
Thanks, little Yosoki.
Ozzy then chokes on the piece of jerky that he's been eating and decides that he is going to retire for entirely to prevent you from talking for another piece.
With a how do we need to have Ozzy as a prisoner too, or are we going to just try to disguise Ozzy?
Maybe he could be a servant instead.
A servant. A servant.
Do they take indentured slaves of sorts?
Seems like it'd be up their alley.
We could argue that we needed someone small to do ship repairs.
Sure.
Taking note of making a list of like all the bluff checks I'm gonna have to pass on this.
Keep the story straight. Obviously, I should have a more dignified role as some kind of security officer, guard of some sort. It wouldn't make sense for me to be a lowly servant creature.
Right. Well, so we have the crystals, right? But only
you,
only me.
Disguise yourself with them.
Charlotte could, but he couldn't do it as a human.
Yeah, Charlotte would look like
a polar bear.
It would give him a plus 10 to his DC 1 billion.
Right.
So Yulia is going to look like an Azlanti, right? To look the most, with the help of magic, to look like a human Azlanti.
Well, so if I take that, then I can take Charm Person as my spell instead of Disguise Self.
Probably.
And Charm Person will probably come in more handy. maybe.
That sounds good.
How long does the crystal last?
I think it just
Is
allows
it-
you to cast the spell as your spell level. So it'd be
Oh, so it's a one-time
30
use
minutes.
thing, right? Is it like a spell scroll?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Just spell
So you have
scroll.
3 of them, though, at your disposal. So you have 120 minutes of disguise. We have 2 hours of you being able to be Azlanti.
Two hours. That's a short time.
I don't know
Like, does it expend a spell slot when you cast it as well?
Nope.
No. Okay. So I could take Disguise Self, and that could lengthen the time.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are gonna have to just use disguise kits, right? Murphy and Zyson.
We would have to get them. And then
Yeah.
even then, we're not going to look very convincing.
Well, we could say I was in a terrible radiation accident.
You could hide your arms, right?
I guess.
Do a little General Grievous, maybe have a cane and like cough around a bunch.
Sure.
I suppose. Wear a very oversized coat.
um,
A top hat.
um,
Or, and this is a rough one. I can't believe I'm suggesting this, but I'm pretty sneaky on my own. If we wanted, I could try to be, going through the vents or something, kind of an infiltrator.
I had considered that.
Because I'm very sneaky.
I
and
think-
on this little infiltration 101 spreadsheet we got, one of the things that are helpful is to be stealthy. So, I might be the one to do that.
Make me a. You can make me a profession. You could make me a wisdom.
What am I making it generally about?
A check. Just make it.
Okay.
Yes, it is regarding the criminal.
I mean, yeah, if this could change the information, then I'm getting whether I make a profession or a wisdom one. I guess I'll make a profession.
Prisons are designed to keep people out, or keep people in, which also keeps them out.
Well, so no, I'm thinking
You're not going to be able to. It is unlikely that you're going to be able to crawl an event and wind up somewhere helpful. Very easy.
I'm thinking we get in first.
Okay.
And then we have to make it past the first couple of people, and if he can get into a personnel area, he could probably go through the vets or something like that. Right? Not he wouldn't go through the sewer to get into the prison from the toilets or whatever.
Yeah,
except the other way.
Probably doesn't have a sewer.
And get a terrible disease and die from it or whatever.
I mean,
it's possible. I mean, we'll have to scope out that situation when we get there. I think that's once we get in. You tell me whether it's something that you think you can do, and then I trust your judgment with that. It probably is going to need to be me doing most of the talking, since I'm the one who can look.
Yeah.
With the spell, can look most like an Azlanti.
Yeah, but the cat is the best at doing the talking, though.
What is his diplomacy?
Debatable.
And what is your bluff and your diplomacy?
My bluff is +12. My diplomacy is +7.
Okay, and I have 8 and 8.
I can lie like a motherfucker. It's Murphy, of course. He's full of shit.
Um,
I got a plus 16 to stealth.
are they going to be weirded out that we have prisoners, though?
It's a prison. Surely. That's a plausible explanation.
Well-
Yeah, but like if the milk truck coming into your prison, the people that get off the milk truck are like, "Oh, here's prisoners for you that we captured." You would be suspicious, wouldn't you?
Wait a minute. We heard about this alien retinue, right? Of people who want to, join the Azlanti and work for them, and they aren't Azlanti themselves. What if we pose as people who want to be prospective members of this Azlanti patrol force? So you're like, hey, we heard about great things about you guys, Azlanti Empire all the way. We just want to, see, like, can we do an interview or something? And then, some point during that little escapade, sneak off and free the prisoners.
Do you think they're going to let us in the prison with that, or are they going to take us to the recruitment center that's on whatever planet? I don't know why they would take us into a prison to do this, right?
Well, they probably it'll at least, I think, buy us some time. If we say like, "Hey, we're just here to join up the ranks and can get somewhere where maybe we can scope out at least, for like reconnaissance mission." I can do it. I could go out there and just be like, "Hey, I'm here to join." Everyone, while you all and unloading the cargo, you could stay in the ship, and I could be like, "Hey, you know what? I'm tired of these guys. I'm going to go out here and say, hey, I'd like to join up with the Azlanti,' and then report back on what I find." You seem less than thrilled, Captain.
So, Talmarin, that's her name, right? Yes, has told us that the cargo won't even pass a cursory inspection, right?
Yep.
So, really, the moment they open the cargo, they're going to hunt us down.
They are empty containers.
Like, if they lift them up, they will hunt us down.
We put some kind of warning stickers about handle with care, radioactive gas.
Marking. Radioactive gas. Exactly. There were like radioactive chemicals in here.
But they have a log of what we're supposed to be bringing, and bringing radioactive gas. We're supposed to be bringing.
Are we bringing
blankets.
chemicals and things?
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
were-
You were bringing UPBs, food, and volatile chemicals. She
Okay.
took the food and volatile chemicals.
Oh, but we know that they collected a weird space gas monster by mistake. What if we pretend we've got stuck in our hold?
Well, but
We're in the right
also-
area.
But in addition to the word space gas, they had the three prisoners who got turned to goo.
We shouldn't have killed it.
Well,
We should have left it there.
Hey, when it started to eat me.
I mean, they say we needed a big distraction. That would be a pretty big distraction if you unleash the deadly space mist.
Maybe there's some of
into
it
the
left.
prisoner. Into the prisoner.
Maybe we didn't kill all of it. Maybe
Cultivate it.
It'd be fine.
Maybe we can find another one.
Yeah.
How hard can it be?
You know what we should do? We should go back. Well, no, it'll take too long. Go back to Nakondis, like round up a shit ton of hobgars, put them in that containment field, and just go in there and unleash hell in Gulta.
Unfortunately, that would take you like a month and a half.
Yes, long time.
So we're gonna have to be aggressive about getting into the prison. very blustery, right? Because the moment they like just regularly take the cargo, they're going to be after us. Maybe. Is there a way we can explain missing cargo?
Yeah, pirates. Pirates, came and stole our shit.
Is there evidence of the goo monster thing still in the hold?
Are we going to be at risk of getting punished for coming to the station empty-handed? Like, what is their society like? Are they going to just be like, this is on you?
There is evidence of the mucilaginous cloud. You would need to act kind of quickly, but you could preserve some of it. It was maybe an hour ago that you killed the thing.
Yeah, it has some evidence of, hey, this thing boarded the ship and then wrecked our cargo. We dealt with it. Like
Preserves
we are, but
acidic snot, floating acidic snot.
We might have to give them some of the, at least let them have some of the UPBs initially as, cargo, real cargo. And that would buy us some more time if they brought that stuff out first, right?
Right, load that in the back so it gets unloaded first.
Right. Just thinking.
I mean, I feel like we have a few contingency plans, depending on what happens. Said really, there's a lot of different ways they could shake out. We can't, we have some contingencies, but I don't know if we have one solid. This is what we are 100% going to do.
Yeah, I just want an initial was our cargo? What happened to our cargo? I think
mucilaginous goo happened to it.
We got attacked by pirates. Space pirates.
Space pirates and goo.
Or pirates
that were both.
Yep.
Gooey space
or
pirates.
The goo ate all the food. That's what the thing we don't really have is the food, so.
Yeah.
Sorry. Got food. Here's some UPBs as a consolation.
Okay. Yeah. So we can do that, right? We can open up some of the food containers.
Mm-hmm. The boxes.
Yeah. And make it look like the ooze ate the food. And that clears us for 2/3 of the cargo. Which should buy us enough time. We can mark up the volatile stuff as dangerous or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then we are carrying prisoners. Mm-hmm. Potentially in relation to... Did somebody leave? Garrett. Potentially in relation to the attack, maybe?
Yeah, we took these space pirates prisoner, and we're delivering them to the nearest
base bear.
Okay, who's gonna play the space pirates? This sounds like somebody might get a rough time.
It's Shardik.
Shardik, the space bear pirate.
Space bear pirate.
And potentially Ozzy.
Who wants to be the parrot? I can't be a pirate without a parrot.
What's his robot's name?
Bobbert. Bobbert the pirate?
The parrot.
I think Shardik, Ozzy, and Bobbert are the captured space pirates. Yulia's Azlanti, and then Zeiss and I are...
You're also Azlanti.
Maybe, yeah. Less good Azlanti. We need helmets.
I ate well as a child. That's why I'm so tall. Don't question it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're gonna go
with
in.
my face.
That's our story.
Yep.
And we're gonna have to create some sort of diversion that's gonna let us go off on our own at some point.
Or
But we'll have
at least let me go off on my own.
so I can be sneaky and quick.
Could say
Yeah,
there was
but the thing is, if you're rescuing people, they're not necessarily going to be sneaky and quick for your way back.
Oh.
So you might need our help.
Can improvise.
to find a way to let you sneak off, but not create suspicion and or give other people reason to try and help you or join you. My
But
first thought
that's-
was like, oh, maybe one of the space pirates is an invisible creature and it's escaped our ship, but then everyone's just gonna go on alert and we'll never get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On lockdown.
Is there like a sending as a spell or something like that? Is that a thing in Starfinder?
They are called communits.
Well,
But
then maybe I
message.
can
Sending was a mental message that couldn't be detected by other people. Unless they're using like detect
Maybe.
that, like,
I mean, I'll look in the spells, but I
kind of
don't
like what
know.
Sheerans do with telepathy or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's also telepathy.
I guess that's true. It'd probably be like an armor upgrade or something, or a brain, or
telepathic message.
a neural implant.
Cantrip though. Yeah, there's telepathic messages.
There is the spell telepathy, which is a 5th level mystic spell.
Not so.
5th level. Jeez.
Yeah.
Which gets pricey in this world.
Message is a cantrip that's medium range, so 140 feet for us now. Up to 1 creature a level, duration 10 minutes a level. Sends short telepathic message here. Simple replies. Any living creature within 10 feet of you or an intended recipient also receives your telepathic message. So it's like you're whispering telepathically, but people can hear the whisper.
So I'm getting level 2 spell. I could take invisibility.
Mind Link is the spell you want, and it is a mystic spell.
Okay. I could take invisibility, and that would help Murphy get to
It's
where
also
he
touch.
needs to go.
Yes, touch me, make me invisible. Yeah.
It would only be for like 4 minutes,
4 minutes.
but it would give you enough time to get away and get into a vent or something. So that's an option. I can take knock, which would that get through? Is something like knock? Is that able to get through like a prison door?
Let me read the spell.
It says.
I mean, that's kind of the purpose of the spell.
Computer sealed, locked, or stuck doors, as well as those subject to hold portal security seal.
Yeah, you have to make a caster level check against the DC of the lock with a +10 bonus. So it would be you would have a plus 14. It's essentially a +14 skill check against the DC to get through the lock. Now keep in mind that Talmarin gave you a key card to get into the prison already.
Mm-hmm.
Like to get into cells or to get into
to get into. Let me look this up specifically because she told you. I believe it will get you basically through all the doors, or at least into the secured area. Where is it? Okay. Search in the PDF. And it froze. Of course. Continue looking in. There we go.
What was that device we had that told us where allies were when it was like attuned to them? We had it back on Nacondas.
It will get you into the cell block, is what
I
she
hit a cell
knows.
block.
We still need to unlock the cages or whatever means is keeping the prisoners.
Yeah, she doesn't know whether it's that good. It may get her through. It may get you through all the doors. It may just get you into the block itself. That's all she knows it'll work. but it is some manner of legitimacy.
I think I'm not going to take invisibility. I think I'm going to take knock, and I'm going to take status. And status lets me monitor the position, the direction and distance to the creatures and any conditions or states affecting them. So when they potentially take Shardik and Ozzy away, I will know where they are.
You got a lozenge.
They got a lozenge.
Yep. It's on. Although
What
you
is
may
it
have sold the
called?
lozenge. You probably sold it. Because I think when you arrived here, you sold everything except for certain designated things.
What is it called?
It has lozenge in the name.
Diagnostic lozenge?
Yes.
You have to implant it into someone. And it broadcasts up to a mile away. Basically like a radio signal with its vitals. I don't have it in my inventory. So I think I want to take those two spells. I think I'm going to have to forego invisibility just because I can only do it on one person and it lasts for a couple minutes, which would be useful, but I think the other ones are more useful.
Your call, Captain.
Okay. So your general plan is to just so 3 of you are going to be Azlanti, Murphy, Yulia, and Zyson.
That's
and
right.
Shardik is going to be a prisoner.
A pirate prisoner.
A scary alien pirate prisoner.
Space pirate
And
prisoner.
And Ozzy.
Bear space pirate prisoner.
Ozzy is also going to be a prisoner. Okay.
Rat space pirate prisoner.
What items are you going to purchase in order to make this successful or to also help in this plan?
Disguise kits.
You
Wonder
only
if-
need one. Do
Oh,
not
you only
buy
need
more
one?
than one disguise kit. They do not have
Okay.
charges. Just buy
A
one
disguise kit.
Wonder if we can find old guard surplus outfits somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And who is going to make your disguise checks?
Me,
It's
that's for sure.
It's Kevin Murphy. It's just the best one at it, right?
4 ranks into disguise. I have a +5, no ranks.
I have +4. I haven't put a point into it yet. It's not a class skill though, so I would only get up to 5. You could put one of your 12 points, your 10 points, into disguise, Graham.
He could put 4 of his 12 points into.
Wait, can you stack your points into one skill?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely, that's how that.
up to your level max. So.
Graham.
Do you wanna? Fine. I'll take one. Take one out of diplomacy.
Like, this is what you're good at, and we need you.
Culture. One out of sense motive. And one out of. Oh, I want that one. One out of survival. And put 4 into. And I'll read up a bunch about disguise. Put that in there. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Graham.
What is your bonus then?
After I put 4 ranks in it, it's +12.
Okay.
You can only get to 7.
Yeah. All right. Since Murphy has been convinced to play along and use his skills to the things that are currently needed, what do
You
you want
say
to
that
buy?
so passive aggressively.
There is a mechanical answer, and Murphy has to be convinced to do it. What do you want to buy though? So you have people who are willing to sell you things. I can paste you those links again.
We want the
if you want.
serums, right, to help with some of the checks. Does that stack with the disguise check, right?
Let's see. Glass is the
Um,
one that won't give a shit.
So
Half
the
red.
ones, the serum of appearance change, no. Those would help if you were a human.
Oh, okay,
You could just become
I got it.
appear like an Azlanti, or like a half elf or something. That'd be really helpful. But otherwise,
So I'm gonna have the gems and the disguise buff. Disguise get buff on me, and Murphy and Zyson will just have the disguise buff on them. But we also want, and Garrett was asking about uniforms that we might be able to find. Is there?
no. So there is only one Azlanti weapon for sale here, and I pointed it out a while ago, and I think the Zarb is selling it. So there are. Let me actually double check that. Starfinder. I doubt Half Red is going to have armor. She does not. So Half Red has 12 more spell gems of disguise self. She has that one other ability crystal that you haven't bought.
Yeah.
How much is it?
It
lot.
is 1,400 credit. Let's see what else.
Murphy has 3,000 credits. If anyone needs some, when above somebody, I already.
Oh, I have
Yeah,
just enough.
and that is the. Have you divided the party's credits, or are you still? Is that
not
the
exactly.
party's
I think
money?
Murphy's carrying the most.
Okay, yeah. So that is
money.
Murphy is carrying the party's money.
Well, some of it.
Yeah, I seem to have a number of credits myself. I could spend everything I own and maybe just pull it off.
The Zarb is selling. Oh, that may be. I bet that's heavy armor. Aeon Guard Trooper Battle Dress, which is like.
I don't even know if any of us can use heavy armor.
I think it's heavy armor, but I'm gonna check. It is heavy armor, so you can't use it. Well, you can put it on.
It's I see.
Ugh, so many penalties.
And then if you want to, let's see what else. Vesk overplate, definitely not. The elite station wear that the Zarb is selling, it's only 4,100 credits. If you want to spring for that, that would pass as Azlanti armor.
We might need to do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Azlanti military uses mostly. So
Uses mostly what?
uses mostly heavy armor.
Well, it says.
Well, we're not military, right? We're civilians.
Yeah,
That's true.
we're
You're just trying to get things that are Azlanti make.
trying to look culturally Azlanti.
Although it says the penalty for wearing armor you're not proficient with is -4 to EAC and KAC. Doesn't say anything else though.
Yeah. You just don't want to get in a fight wearing it.
No.
And then
Just
Glest.
when we get caught, just say, time out a second, take off the armor.
Ugh.
Glest is selling hollow skins, which might be he's selling them for above what you would pay on Absalom Station. But he has hollow skins, an alert redirector, a hollow shroud, a white noise generator. He's paranoid. Almost anything he's selling is going to could potentially be helpful. I think that's all
What does the hollow
that's all.
skin do?
The hollow skin. This holographic projector is generally mounted to a belt or arm strap. It can be programmed using the disguise skill to project a different appearance. When you use a holoskin, you can disguise major features, race, or creature type without the DC of your disguise check increasing, except against perception checks that involve physical examination. And he has 3 of those.
Well, that would be pretty useful.
They are 750 credits each.
So do they disguise our outfits? Yes.
Yeah.
What are they called again?
Hollow skin.
Hollow skin.
I mean, basically, it's like a disguise self, but it projects whatever you want it to.
It has a capacity of it has batteries. Has a capacity of 20 and uses 1 for each 10 minutes. So it has a 200-minute capacity per battery, which is then refillable. It's actually a really good item.
Yeah, what if we get the 3 of those for us?
Sure.
Did that work instead of the disguise kit, or does that work on top of the disguise?
With the disguise.
So the disguise kit, I don't think gives you a bonus. It lets you make the
Right.
So there is no like disguise kit bonus.
So we would use this instead of the disguise kit?
No.
In conjunction with.
It helps. It gives you an extra bonus. An extra thing that the disguise kit.
Do you want me to get
The
those
disguise
3?
kit is just required for those checks. So that's it.
I mean, we need to increase our odds as much as possible.
And a disguise kit is 20 credits.
Is that
so let's
somebody?
Yeah, it's a level 1 item. You can at this point easily purchase.
I assume it's just like your theater makeup kit or whatever.
Yeah, basically.
All right. So that's a total of 2,270 credits for 3 hollow skins and a disguise kit. I have 3,027 credits. I can just buy.
I have 1,000.
Well, I spent a lot of stuff to buy the ability crystal, so I'll just buy this stuff.
1,400. Just over.
Yeah, I'll have 750 credits left. So.
And then Half Red has 12 serums of healing, if you would like them. She has things for weapons.
I do have 1 serum of healing. I think it would be.
I have 3.
Mark II serums of healing are crazy expensive.
Yes.
How much is a serum of healing? 50. 50?
So she's selling it just at standard price.
So I'll buy 1 of those. I'll have 2 total.
And I don't think I think you have a bunch of batteries. Because I think you got a bunch of batteries last book. But you can buy batteries easily.
And we might do we want 2 or 3 batteries for the hollow? skins?
Well,
Probably just
They're-
2, right? I
They
don't
are
expect us.
They're 60 credits each, but let me look to see. 'Cause
We
you
should
got
have
some
enough batteries.
high capacity ones. I don't know if Ozzy has anything that lets him recharge. I don't think so. He only has one standard battery. I don't know where he might have been, because I thought he was keeping track of party loot too somewhere, but I don't know where that would be. And then who is going to hold Ozzy's weapons? Actually, what is going to happen to Ozzy's weapons and armor, or are you going to have him walk in as an armed, unarmored prisoner?
No, we can't have him do that if he's going to be a prisoner.
no.
Well, I mean, we'll have
can-
to deliver it to him when we're breaking him out. We're adding more prisoners to break out, but
He can hold the grenades in. He has grenades.
oh, that'd be
Have
really good. But he can't.
his main
Cheeks
weapon
like.
is a Thunder Strike rifle. He cannot put a rifle in his cheeks, unfortunately. But he has
what you got there in your cheek?
He can hide the tactical semi-auto pistol and the grenades. And actually, second skin armor is not noticeable under clothing because he's wearing second skin armor, so he will not be visibly armored. The same is true of Shardik if he's wearing.
Well,
if he's got second skin.
If Bobbert has like a storage compartment, pop it in there.
I don't think so. That is an upgrade you can get.
Have enough weight allowance, I could probably carry this stuff, unless it's suspicious.
Is Bobbert like drone size, or how big is Bobbert?
Bobbert
Do
is
you use
small.
duct tape? To Bobbert?
Bobbert is capital S small.
So
now,
like,
Bobbert also has it. I will say, Bobbert's gut weapon can retract. Manipulating her arms.
can Bobbert come with us though?
Maybe we should use Bobbert to keep an eye on the ship. We're gonna need a clear path of escape at some point, and we also want to know if somebody's snooping on our ship and gets alerted to the fact that we're full of it.
I am. That is going to be up to Ross whether he wants to leave his classic.
Yeah.
So we'll have to ask Ross if he wants Bobbert to stay with him, come with us, or stay with the ship.
It would not be an issue for him to tell Bobbert to like vaguely do what you want.
Because it has like a plus a billion to stealth, so it could just like once we get inside, stick.
Maybe
to the ceiling.
Bobbert should rescue everyone.
Bobbert is a stealth threat.
I have a pretty good stealth bonus too.
Yeah, but
I think Murphy
is
is
our
also
MVP.
small.
But yeah.
Camouflage himself.
I can be small.
So what was the question? Who's carrying what? Oh, who's carrying his stuff?
Who's carrying? Oh yeah, Murphy is much better at stealth than Bobbert.
Yeah,
Actually,
take that.
But like,
bitches.
much better.
So how much stuff can Ross carry in his pouches? He doesn't have armor.
I believe he can carry one bulk. I'll check.
So he can carry a pistol and grenades.
Yeah, he can carry like nine grenades.
So crazy.
Or maybe it's one. It wouldn't be one light bulb.
Carrying grenades in his mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, no. And they do it all the time.
Fucking Misoki.
Hopefully, the Azlanti are not aware of the species enough to be like.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
Make a culture check.
Yeah, to like check in his mouth.
Yeah, to see if they know.
No, really.
Azlanti
That crossed my mind.
I'm not joking. Yeah. So the thing about the Azlanti is they're not part of the Pact world. They probably know about as much about you know
About them.
What now?
There is a very good chance they would not recognize any of you.
So they wouldn't know that Yosoki typically have shake pouches. And
They probably don't know Shardik. Probably don't know.
Is it just me, or is he cutting out?
Yeah, well, he's very, very quiet. I can hear him, but he's very quiet.
Yeah, so they probably don't even know what bears are.
But we could weave a story.
Because
We could say that they're powerful scions.
The story of
I
gold.
don't know.
They've been on in their new star system for unknown question mark thousands. So
And they didn't bring any bears with them?
they probably have very little cultural.
Very lonely planet. I feel bad.
Nobody really knows how they got.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
Do they
So
have
you're
like
like-
kangaroos and stuff? Is it like Space Australia?
Murphy, your hideaway gun compartment. Is it just a pistol that can hide there, or can you
weigh up to 1 bulk?
Up to
Could
one
you
bulk
put
shake pouches.
a rifle?
Bulk and 1 cubic foot.
Oh, yeah.
So-
that makes sense.
So like a pistol and three grenades.
Sure. I can.
not-
Captain, I have concealed weaponry. Attempting to hide a small object on your body. I guess there's no real limit.
A car.
Yeah, you just get a bonus to your sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's not a hand checks when attempting to hide a small object on your body. I can draw a hidden weapon as quickly as a non-hidden weapon. So they can
Could you hide
optic
a
weapon.
rifle?
There's also an armor up.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah, you're
see.
baiting out, Patrick.
Let me look up the skills because I think it's under the skills. What, like sleight of hand? Where'd it go?
I have a feeling you can't just put a rifle in your pocket, though.
Then as standard, you can sleight of hand to hide a small object, including a small arm or a one-handed melee weapon with light bulk.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, so I can hide small things, but not a long arm. A full fucking rifle down my pants.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Barely.
It was saying no. There was no audio. Let me. Okay, am I louder?
Yeah.
Okay. I may have inadvertently pressed the reduce volume button. There is the quick release sheath, which probably has the same. I mean, yeah, you're not going to be able to hide his rifle very easily, but someone could carry it.
I mean, he might just need to make do with his pistol, you know? Unless we are allowed to just
Gotta
carry
make
multiple
sacrifices.
rifles.
Okay, have you purchased everything you need?
Probably not, but everything
Have
we will.
you everything you can possibly think of before you leave this space station?
Well, we should probably discuss our ship upgrades before we leave, right? Or are we? The plan's to leave the Red Abbey here, yeah. So we could probably do that later.
Yeah. Are you
That's the other big question.
knowing that this is an armed, that there is a spaceship guarding this place? Are you going to take the ship that? Yeah. Are you going to take the relic? If so, are you going to upgrade the relic, or are you going to upgrade your ship and leave it here?
Good question. How are we going to escape this? What seems to be like a ship completely designed to catch people trying to escape.
Let me check the relic.
Well, that ship is not fast.
Did say that.
So I think
yes, it is. It is.
No, not the relic.
not the relic.
Shardik is talking about the ship that's guarding.
The guard ship is not very fast. It's not designed to just catch things that run away. It's designed to
It
prevent
is
things from
slow
getting
but heavily armed.
to there. So I think if we could make a break for it, we could very easily run away.
I hope. Why don't we just steal that ship too?
Yeah, the relic is super fast.
Now you're thinking like a pirate.
So it's basically
take
up to
both ships.
you whether
Can we-
you would like
can we-
to.
Oh, can we hide our ship inside the relic and just?
Relic's
Take our
smaller
ship
than
back.
our ship.
So the issue is going to be that you're going to need to strip one of the ship for parts to upgrade the other ship. So you can essentially trade your medium frame for a small frame if you want to do that, and just upgrade the relic to a tier 4 starship if you want.
Abandon the abbey.
Still attachment to our ship.
You would literally be tearing the abbey to pieces to do this.
Oh, I don't.
Well, I think the point is to take the relic so it looks like the ship that they are anticipating getting there. And with the transponder and all the right codes to get onto Gulta. And take the
But, like,
relic
our
as it is.
I feel like with the transponder and the codes, we could convince them that Red Abbey is the ship they're looking for.
Well, from my understanding, they don't know what that ship's supposed to look like, right?
Have that there was that assumption.
At least I feel like that's what.
I
the
mean, it's an
GM
older code,
conveyed.
but as long as it checks out.
No, I feel like it was conveyed to us that the transponder was the important thing, and that we
I
had
don't-
the cargo.
I don't want to tell Cedona that we stripped her ship to parts.
Yeah, that would be wrong. Especially when you... Well,
Yeah,
trying to rescue her.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's take the upgraded abbey out there.
Are we gonna get the goo monster stuff?
Get the
Collect
goo
some
monster
goo
stuff
monster
out of the
pieces.
relic.
Oh, unless we can think of a better reason to prevent them from coming aboard. We could claim that most of the ship is in lockdown because of we picked up some kind of unusual biohazard traveling through
Azlanti space.
the drift or whatever. You know, when we made our jump, that we
yeah.
passed through something. It contaminated part of our ship. We've got to keep it under lockdown. We don't know what it. You know, who knows what's out there
We could
that.
give them a part of it as a sample and say, "Here, we managed to collect.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
figure out what this is?"
Real scientists on this moon. Probably not great. They're gonna have to take our word for it.
Okay, so you're going to upgrade the abbey. Hasashir and Talmarin kind of working together can make the changes to your engines so that they don't stick out, and can install the transponder. They even are willing to slap on an Azlanti coat of paint if you would like that.
Is it red?
Patriotic Azlanti colors. No, it's green and
Maybe it washes
gray.
off. Don't worry.
Well, Murphy can't tell the difference. He's colorblind anyway.
What?
I mean, that's true. Cats are colorblind.
I mean, I'm colorblind too, but whatever.
I don't think
I don't know how
Patra
your
are
races work.
colorblind.
No, I don't think
They're
that's
not.
true. I think
They're not
whatever.
literally cats.
So stereotyped. I'm
Shardik is literally a bear, but
livid.
Yeah, neither of us are actually cats or dogs.
I am definitely colorblind. So
Just because.
if you tell me it's red, it's red.
We can always get a new paint job after we get the cash
Oh,
out for saving all these people.
But
We need every bonus we can.
Oh.
okay. So they will repaint it to fit in to an Azlanti spaceport. What are you thinking as far as upgrades? We probably want to end pretty soon, and you can
Yeah,
kind of
that's
haggle
the
over the
idea.
details over the next week.
Sure.
How many
But-
points do we earn?
Yeah.
20.
We got 20 build points. I've upgraded. We went to a hit point threshold, so our hull points rather, increased by 10 overall, so we're up to 65. So my thought. Also, we have those Azlanti ship systems that I was looking at. The Quantum Defender seems cool. Basically, the Quantum Defender lets the science officer activate it during the helm phase, succeed a computer's check. While it's active, if attack would normally hit the ship, the attacker must re-roll the gunnery check and take the lower result. So it basically gives disadvantage, or from 5e, to gunnery checks against us that would hit.
So it's like the opposite of those quantum torpedoes.
Yeah, so it kind of helps defend against would be hit. So that's pretty good, and that's also only 5 hit points.
I vote for that.
Yeah,
I
the
don't care what
Quantum
you do.
Defender seems like a shoe-in to me. It's 10 power.
Can we make
Oh shit, we don't
our
have power
engines?
for it though.
Can we be faster?
Can we be faster?
Yes.
That will probably also involve increasing our power core,
Okay.
which we could potentially do.
If we want to outrun whatever capital ship or whatever thing is sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing we know about it has big guns in the front and is slow.
It is probably not going to be a capital ship. That would be very scary.
Well, I mean, it's guarding like their high security prison. I don't know. They could have like a big, I don't know, a tank, the starship equivalent.
Well,
Or destroyer.
if we go up to the fastest we could go is 12. We're at 8 right now. We could do that, but then I take a penalty to piloting, which I have 1,000,000 piloting, so it's not that bad. And we can go up to 12. That'll cost 2 more build points for that. We would need to go up to probably a
Sorry, you're doing maths and stuff. But what about the little hidey holes?
The sneak cargo hold areas.
Smuggling.
Yeah, so we can put our stuff we don't want them to find there.
That's a good
Smugglers'
point.
compartments.
So yeah, smugglers' compartments. Like maybe non-Azlanti weapons.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You have to pay for the higher DCs though. It is.
Is it under expansion base? Smugglers.
It's under page 300.
For each build point over those base costs, these DCs increase by 5.
5.
And it also increases the amount of power the compartment uses.
I mean, DC 20 computers check is pretty good. Maybe 25 would be where we want to sit it. But maybe that's too much. I don't know.
PCU 5. Let's see.
Shardik, what's your bonus to computers?
Plus 13.
Yeah.
So you would need a 7.
DC 20 now is getting less and less crazy.
It's not quite a challenge anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking like 25 is probably minimum of what we want. Which would be an additional build point.
And I think it's also power compartment.
Yeah, additional power.
Line 1. So smuggler's compartment DC 25 would be 5 PCU and 3 BP. So you have that option. Where did that guy go? Yeah, the Quantum Defender. Defender is 10 PCU.
I mean, if Bauer wanted to stay on the ship, he could stay in the smuggler's compartment until they are not there.
And then there were the biometric locks that I think would be a good idea as well. You know, so they can't get in unless we really want them to. I mean, they can always try to go past them, but biometric locks.
Cost 5 BP.
And then if we wanted to upgrade our thrusters to 12, the fastest we could possibly go, which Murphy is a big fan of.
Gotta go fast.
Who is using the, or is anyone, or are you selling the glamored weapon fusion seals?
Oh, we could put that on Ozzy's rifle to make it look like an Azlanti rifle, and you can just have it out.
Yeah. We'll do that to that one. I mean, I have like several weapons that I have.
Or you could have
I mean, there's how many they gave it? They gave 5, right? Or how many did we get?
She gave you 4.
4.
Zyson's pike is already an Azlanti weapon. It's very old, but
So,
yeah, it's a family antique.
Ozzy's rifle, one of my rifles. What about your pistol, Graham? Oh, you're hiding it though.
And actually, Zyson also has the Azlanti sword, is his other melee weapon.
Right.
As long as they don't think it's some kind of fancy, I don't know. As long as they don't recognize it as some general kind of.
So we're gonna sell.
Weapon.
She was a lieutenant. She's not that important.
Shardik, what weapon do you use?
It has a name, but of course you can't be carrying both of those weapons at the same time, since you will have to be pretending you only have 2 arms.
Oh, how do you 2-arm people deal with this?
He's gonna be like holding something with 2 hands, and somebody's gonna come down the hallway and ask him where something is. He's gonna go like, "Oh, that way," with like a 3rd arm or something, not thinking about it.
You'll have to make a wisdom check every time something happens
to see if you don't accidentally use an arm you're not already using.
Oh, how do you? 2 limbs. Why are you so clumsy?
What weapon does Shardik have?
I have the what's it called? The lesser shadow staff, which seems like it's not going to be hideable.
Do you not have a pistol or something?
No. I usually just use magic. I can use pistols. I can use guns.
Okay, so maybe we will take a gun for Shardik.
Still be able to use his magic.
Yeah. So we'll take a pistol for a small arm for Shardik, and we'll sell one of these seals. We'll keep a seal for a weapon for Shardik. We'll keep a seal for a weapon for Ozzy. And I don't think I need one. If I just take the Aeon rifle, that should be enough. And the knife. So yeah, we'll sell 2 of them then.
Okay.
We'll keep 2 and sell 2.
And then finally, I just posted what the upgrades could potentially be. We could do all of those. That's a grand total of 19 build points and have 1 to spare. Upgrade our power core to pulse blue to give us 200 power overall.
go up to the fastest thrusters possible, the M12s, biometric locks, a quantum defender, and a DC-25 smuggler's compartment.
Do we want a brig?
We probably need guest quarters, huh? If we're gonna have to be freeing prisoners and,
I mean, they're gonna be. They can deal with the floor. I don't know.
I think they should be just grateful to be getting out of the prison.
you have one more build point, and it only costs 1 for guest quarters.
Yeah, I'm looking at those because there's also like a medical bay and a science lab and a recreation suite.
Well, we have our escape pods and our tech workshop, and we have 2 other bays. If we get the smuggler's compartment, that's one of them.
Oh, that counts as a whole bay. I see.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I think we may need the 4th one as a cargo hold for our like legitimate cargo.
Okay, so maybe we
should
hold
have
off.
a cargo hold. I would recommend us keeping.
Well,
that.
we do have cargo holds.
I know, but yeah, I'm saying
Maybe
don't
we
replace
just
them all with other things.
upgrade the.
We have nice quarters. They could stay in our rooms.
Yeah.
Prisoners. They can stay with me. We'll have a big sleepover. It'll be fine.
Maybe we just increase the smuggler's compartment DC another
Sure.
5 with that point.
And a final question. So you can have your ship upgraded or your ship repaired. Are you going to have your ship totally repaired?
Like, would it are its hit points?
Hull points. Given that your cover story is you were attacked
we were
by
attacked.
pirates.
Oh, maybe
Are
those
you
dings in
going
the ship might be a good thing.
Like I said, it
Something
adds
Ashley
character.
built.
It seemed to help when in luring the relic in the first place.
Maybe when I walk by the ship, I just gouge another thing to the side without Murphy seeing.
Oh my god.
I mean,
You just shoot it with your.
Make sure that our repaint job isn't too good then.
part of our story is we were attacked by pirates, so we should look like we had some kind of piratey damage.
So if you would like to keep some damage on the ship, you can do that. You can even damage the ship more if you want.
Nah, I'd say like it's missing 10 hull points.
Okay.
So 55 out of 65. That's safe enough.
And that's a pretty decent.
I mean, I think part of our cover story is that going to be that Shardik and Ozzy are kind of shitty pirates. They were just two of them, and they tried to like take on a random ship, and we managed to capture them.
Okay. I love it.
Okay. So you have your basic plan. You can hammer out any of the rest of the details of the ship over this next week. You can make any final choices for level 4. And I am just going to go ahead and roll some disguise checks for you. Who would like to be first? Murphy, actually. Who's first?
Well, these are the disguise checks we do not get to learn about.
Sison.
You do not.
Yep, I have a plus 12, and we're going to be. It doesn't matter now, but we're going to be using the hollow skin.
So everybody has hollow skins.
Yeah.
That alters the DC.
Yulia,
Okay.
Zyson, and I will each have a hollow skin, and then use my plus 12 disguise on top of that.
Okay. Yulia or you?
Then I would do the captain next.
Well, I will also have the spell thing too, right? The crystal.
So Yes. You'll just use that when it's appropriate.
Okay.
Because you're not going to do that until you need it. Oh, how very interesting.
It's torture. And Murphy finally. Catboy last.
And Murphy. Okay. Alrighty. We have disguise checks. You are appropriately disguised as Azlanti. Some of you. A couple of you are taken prisoner. Do you want to make any particular effort to make them look
manacles?
like pirates using a disguise check? Or you
Yeah,
just
maybe
gonna
make
manacle
them look
them?
roughed up, like we gave them a 2 thrashing.
Yeah, we're gonna need manacles for both of them, and
Okay.
probably at least a disguise kit for pirates. I don't think we need a hollow skin. I mean, like,
Get them an eye patch.
I don't think pirates need an eye patch and a bandana.
There were only 3 hollow skins.
I have the culture check. I think I can tell you. I'm just kidding.
Pirates come in all shapes and sizes.
So are you gonna do that then, Murphy? To disguise them?
Sure.
Or are you gonna punch them? Are they going to
No, I will put some makeup and shit.
Murphy or sorry, Shardik, is Shardik gonna get punched? That's up to Shardik, I think.
No, I will just use the disguise kit to make them look like roughed up pirates.
Okay.
Give
Shardik.
I wonder what Ozzy thinks of this plan.
It is unfortunate that Ross
He's been conscripted into being a pirate.
And Ozzy. Alrighty. I have rolled your checks. I have written them down. So that is okay.
Can we dress Bobbert up as a dog?
You could. That would be that'd be like a plus something. It'd be like a plus 10 or so. No, it'd probably be more than a plus 10 because Bobbert's
would be more out of place than a robot.
So
cool.
Next week,
jeez,
you will make your way to the prison moon of Gulta.
Get ready for those bluff checks
of rescuing Cedona.
Yep, and we'll see that clusterfuck burn like a dumpster fire next time on Really Playing Games Starfinder against the Aeon throne.
Cool.
Are we off?
Hey.
Okay. I would have moved this session along a lot if Ross had been here.
Yeah, totally.
I debated whether to even tell you were leveling up last time, just because having you make decisions before the NPC told you, no, really, you have to make disguise checks or we're going to play another adventure path. That would not have been fair. So I want to give him the opportunity to level up, kind of knowing what the plan is. Nobody puts points in, or if you do, you put 2 points in disguise, and then surprise, the second half of book 2, everybody's disguised. You don't really have a choice. You've got to be Azlanti.
It's kind of fun. I don't think I've ever actually got to do a proper disguise scenario in a tabletop yet.
Are we gonna have to? Sorry.
Are you gonna have to what?
Make disguise checks throughout, or is
no?
This...
So, I have these rolls, and these basically are going to be what Murphy does.
So I don't need to put a point in.
No. Murphy made all of them. Nobody else needs to put a single point in disguise. Unless they feel like they want to redo it, it would take 10 minutes somewhere, obviously, where the guards can't see you. You don't know what I roll. And it's... Yeah, I mean, it's weird, because, you could have, a 12 or a 13 if Murphy rolled a 1. and like it has to be in this situation that there is some kind of tell that the Azlanti get, but you don't, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's weird that Murphy does the best he can do, but he rolls a 1, and so like you can totally still see his fur, and none of the rest of you notice it. It has to be something subtle to you, but like